Flash showtime with Triple G. Brace yourself for the things you'll see. From comic books to toys and more, and all cartoons that we adore. Pop culture, flicks and geeky stuff. We love it all and can't get enough. So settle in and enjoy the show. Please hit like and subscribe before you go.
How is it? I was reading something there. Sorry, it's distracted. How's it hanging, YouTube? It's Peter here, your Ginger Jody Geek. Welcome back to the channel for my favorite show of the fortnight with good old Andy, Perpetual Comics. How are you doing, Andy? Are you well?
I'm all right.
You're right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Are you excited? Are you excited to be here?
Can you not tell?
I can see you are ecstatic. We've got lots to talk about tonight, Andy. We've got some interesting books to go through.
We have.
Let's
quite
just,
a few.
We have. Yeah. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I think we're going to fall out on one book in particular. I think we're probably going to disagree on. But
that would suggest we were friends in the first place. Weird.
What's the word that YouTube colleagues have used in the past? Acquaintances. I believe we are acquaintances.
I have a few of those.
Yeah, let's see who we've got in the chat. We've got Terry Deadman Comics. Welcome back, Terry. Hope you're doing well. Terry's put a nice little video out tonight where he's, I think, kind of on the moors or something. It's that windy you can barely hear him, so you need to put your subtitles on. But nice to see you, Terry. Thank you for joining. We have got Bat Dan. Nice to see you, bud. We've got James T of the Keegan. Heyo indeed. Andy Roberts. Nice to see you, bud. We've got Super Sorrel. Always good to see you, Sorrel. I think I've told you, Sorrel went to see Conjuring 2 last night. Interesting, can he? We've got Terry saying hello to Bat of the Dan. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop. Watch out, rude boys. Wayne Deacon, nice to see you, Wayne. Hope you're well. Joshy Boy Toys, always nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Oh dear, shots fired. Shots fired in the chat. Behave yourself, Sorrel. Behave yourself. How to win friends and influence people, Sorrel. Someone's got to keep you correcting mistakes. Gee, God. One's ginger, one's bald. Captain Obvious at your service. Thank you, Chris. Nice of you to point that out for bud. Long lost lovers, sensual lovers, sensual. Andy, we've got lots to get through tonight, mate. We've got quite an interesting array of reviews to talk about. I'm a little bit excited, I have to say.
I can smell it, Peter, to be fair.
That's why I've got my special loose top on so things can move freely.
Wait a minute, did you dress up for the occasion?
Just for you. I don't when I'm on with, Keegan and stuff like that. I just wear whatever, because it doesn't matter. But for you, I've gone, this is my Tom Selleck shirt. I've gone for a bit more.
Tom Selleck was exactly what I was thinking when I seen it, to be honest with you.
A ginger, sexier Tom Selleck.
I mean, I was looking at some of the comments in the chat, and this is the one time where I was almost a little bit upset that I don't watch other people's YouTube shows. I was like, well, is this some sort of crazy in-joke? What's going on? In fact, you know what? I don't want to know.
You watch my YouTube shows, Andy?
Yeah.
Harsh. I'm selling my Sports Direct shares. They will come back, Chris. It never goes out of fashion. Never goes out. Slazenger is always in style, mate. Always in style. Did it conjure up your lost subscribers, Sorrel? Wow. I chose Daredevil Yellow, then realized it's a bastard to find. Didn't realize it was so expensive. True story, Fuzzy. True story. We're not giving away a copy tonight for exactly that feckin' reason. It was like
is it expensive?
It was like 40 quid or something. Yeah, it's a pricey one, I have to say. James, he has to dress down or feel self-conscious. Yeah, James. Yeah, keep telling yourself, mate. Andy, I was right. That's all you need to realize.
I wouldn't doubt it for 1 second, Fuzzy.
I doubted Fuzzy and then regretted it immediately, as you can imagine.
Can I ask you a question, Peter, before we kick off?
I got a question for you, Noel. You know
that shirt that you're wearing, it looks as if it's quite textured.
It is sexy. Yeah, I wore it when we went to London.
I mean, yeah,
you stroked it.
On
the Friday night, you were probably lying upon it at one point, I think, when you were trying to, grind against
in London
people.
Stays in London.
40 quid second hand on eBay. Absolutely, Fuzzy. It's a pricey book. I can't quite. There is a nice oversized hardcover that's got Daredevil yellow, Hulk grey, and Spider-Man blue in, which is the kind of the nice set. But then they did another one, Captain America white or something like that. So I thought, well, surely to God, there's a collected edition with all four, an oversized one. I can't find it anyway.
No.
Well, we'll get to that, because you know what I'm like. If I like a book, I might want to buy it in
Sexy.
high out, nice, sexy quality. So we'll see if we did that with this book. Anyway, you Supermaned him in it. He certainly did something in it.
Oh, that's right, because somebody put them all over Instagram.
They absolutely did. That absolutely did. We've said sexy 3 times, so automatically Phil appears. Sorry, lads, the word sexy has been used too much already, especially for this show. How dare you? How dare you? They're all love letters to their respective loves. Karen, Peggy, Betty. Yes, that's. I remember reading the Spider-Man one, Fuzzy, but I don't think I've read the Hulk and the Cap one. Have you read any of the others, Andy? No. Well, we'll talk at the end as to whether we're going to go on and read more of them, I think.
Sweet.
Right, let's start off with Rusty Staples charity auction. I've been terribly poorly planned, and I'm not set up the Just Giving page yet. I will try and get that done this weekend. But Andy, tell me a little bit about this.
You had one job, Peter.
One job.
That I mean, it's the charity that I feel upset for.
I've let them down, and I've let myself down, Andy. I am sorry.
Did you lose track of time, Peter? From
I
what
did.
I hear, it's not like you.
I did. I'm not good with time, as you know. I'm not good with time.
Shocking. But yes, our charity auction, which is I think scheduled for sometime in December time.
Oh, Chris. There's a tampon at the bottom.
Oh no, I can't unsee it now. I can't unthink it either. This is why we love Chris.
It is.
This is why.
Yeah.
This is where his
Thanks for
mind
that, Chris.
is 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Andy. Keep talking about the charity.
No, it's fine. Wait, did you say that you didn't have a book to give away this evening, so there's no giveaway?
Not in the giveaway, so I'm going to give away some charity instead. We'll add one to the list.
I was going to say, I thought we might lose some subscribers because there was no giveaway this evening.
Absolutely.
So the last show that we did a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that this was going in the giveaway pile. So the plan of action is whenever somebody gets their arse into gear and sets up the Just Giving page, for every like £5 that somebody donates to it, they will go into the spinny wheel thing and they will win all the books. So I'm going to put a book in every 2 weeks up until the charity auction. So this week, I'm going to stick in a little bit of Mark Spears goodness.
Ooh, monsters.
Mark Spears
Nice.
Monsters. So these are the 2 books so far. And I think there'll maybe be like 13, 14 books by the time we eventually decide to do the charity event.
So what we'll do is we'll do 2 of those, Andy. So we'll have one from yourself, one pile from yourself, and one pile from myself. So then we'll get 2 options. So I haven't picked any books yet. So I shall rummage in the giveaway box and pick out a couple of decentish ones, hopefully, to add to the list. We have got that shit. I'm not doing that. Let's have a look. We'll pick out a couple of nice ones. Oh, that's nice. We'll go with that. And we'll go, oh, that's nice as well. We'll go with that. Okay. So I will buy some specific ones for the giveaway box as well. Sorry, for the thingy, but we'll start off with these 2. So first appearance of Iron Spider.
Nice.
Iron Spider costume. And this is quite a nice one, actually. This is Inhumans issue 5. Do you know why that's a key, Andy?
Do you know what? I don't care why it's a key right now, because he just randomly picked up a bunch of books. He randomly picked 2 of the books, and they completely trumped the 2 books that I've actually took time to choose.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you know why this is a nice little key, this one?
Yelena somebody or other.
Absolutely. The new Black Widow. First appearance of the new Black Widow. With a, what's he called? Is it Jay Lee? Jay Lee cover?
Sure.
I'm not a fan of his artwork, to be honest. But yeah, so each fortnight, Andy will pop a book in, I'll put a book in. We'll have 2 different piles. So that's 2 chances for people to win books. Fuzzy saying just before Christmas, great idea. Yeah, we've been struggling with a date, Fuzzy, to be honest.
Do you know the thing is, though? I think it was back Dan that pointed out we can't go the week before Thought Bubble for various reasons. And it was also going to be too close to Christmas. So we got to the point where we were thinking it's actually going to go into 2026 if we just don't go ahead and do it. So I get your point, though.
We haven't put the date out yet, Phil. As soon as I've got the Just Giving page set up, we'll get it out there and start promoting it, mate. Ilana Rubber, oh, Jesus. They don't know if Phil, it's either going to be immediately after Thought Bubble when we're broke or just before Christmas when we're broke. Yeah. Hi, Kenneth. Nice to see you, bud. I hope you're doing well. So that's 4 good books into the various giveaways. So yeah, we'll start pushing that hard.
I have a suggestion, Peter.
Weeks. Go on. What's your
See,
suggestion?
to alleviate these people that are making very good points about not having money in various times during the year, you guys choose the date. You guys pick the date when we're doing it.
Oh, Christ, chaos.
There we go. You guys pick the date.
Why?
Well, what was that?
I don't know. I was doing the tongue there. That's my wife's a lucky woman. No, what we'll do is we'll probably stick something on the socials with 4 or 5 different suggested dates, and then we'll do a vote, and people can vote.
Like a little community poll? Is that what you're saying?
A community poll. It hasn't necessarily got to be this year, I suppose. We could do it early next year.
No, we literally are going into 2026.
Yeah, we do want to get it done, so we'll put a poll out and get it sorted. Now, the bit where we're fate. Christmas Day, I'm not even joking. Leave the family for an hour, give yourselves a break. That could be.
It sounds tempting. I don't know about the charity, but it sounds tempting just to do that anyway.
The bit where we're fighting, Andy, ABC. So this is the bit where myself and Andy have gone away, and I've researched a team. Andy's jumped onto ChatGPT, and we've picked up 4 team members. This week we're starting with the letter D. So in the chat, ladies and gents, please do stick down which characters beginning with the letter D you would have in your 4-person team, please. Suggestive actions like that, Peter, you won't be on air for any charity. Yeah. Or I might get more money. You never know, Terry. So, Andy, you're kicking off tonight with your characters beginning with the letter D, and it's an interesting bunch. I like them.
Listen, I took on the feedback. Let's just say I took on the feedback from the last time, okay? Because it's all about, constructive criticism and things like that. And I heard what everybody was saying, basically that I can't be trusted and that I'm a cheat. So with that in mind, I deleted the ChatGPT app, and I decided just to go for a little bit of an eclectic team, regardless if they would win or not. So you're welcome, guys. How dare you? So the first person that I picked was Mr. Matt Murdock, Daredevil himself, which is given the book that we reviewed for this show. And his first appearance was in Daredevil issue number 1. Look at Chris. Look at Chris.
For Andy not to make up powers. Thank you so much for that, Chris. We'll put that in the charity pot. Thank you, mate. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Do you notice how my posture's changed suddenly and I'm going very defensive? You notice that? It's like, it's the East End of Glasgow in me. I'm like, all right. If anybody else wants to ridicule me for a $5, feel free. Peter normally does it for free. So yeah, Daredevil issue number 1 from 1964. The blind lawyer by day and the vigilante by night. I love this character, even more so after reading the book that Fuzzy excellently suggested. And I really enjoyed the TV shows. So this is the reason why I picked Mr. Matt Murdock. Are you a fan? I seen you were going to buy his what is it? Nunchucks? Is that what you call them? What do you call them? Billy clubs. And
Billy clubs in his helmet.
Mask. Yeah.
So Marvel Legends have just put that out. I love them. I'm a big fan of this character. I've enjoyed a lot. I don't read them monthly, I have to say, but I do enjoy what I read of Daredevil. I thought the recent End of Days, Last Days, I can't remember what it was called, the thing set in the picture, was superb. We'll get on to the Daredevil Yellow that we've both read a little while. I just really enjoy it. And I've liked the TV series. The Ben Affleck movie, not so much. But yeah, big fan of Matt. Big fan of Matt.
I think it's those street level sort of heroes and stuff like that I fairly enjoy. But for the exact opposite of a street level hero is Mr. Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker himself. Probably the most well-known villain in geekdom. Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, everybody. I would also argue he's one of those characters that you don't even really need to see him on screen. You just hear the noise.
Just hear them. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Like the Predator click kind of noise.
Yeah.
You hear that, and I think most people will know automatically.
It's actually how I breathe at night as well.
It is.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went for Mr. He's one of my favorites. I love Star Wars, as everybody knows, and he is my favorite villain and favorite character. And then I went for a little bit of Darkwing Duck. Mr. Drake Mallard himself. 1991 was his first appearance in Darkwing Duck issue number 1. Loved him in the TV show, and I just think he's a completely satirical character and would fit into any team. I think everybody would love him and equally hate him at the same time. But like myself. So yeah, do you like a bit of Darkwing?
I love a bit of Darkwing Duck. I remember him predominantly from the TV show, from DuckTales and whatnot. He's had a revival in the comics recently. I can't say I've read any of it. I don't know if you have read any of the Darkwing Duck series.
No, I didn't go from that. I'm a little bit like you. I think I went for the 91 series. I enjoyed reading that, and then obviously the cartoon, the TV show, and stuff like that was fantastic. But yeah, I've never read the modern stuff. Is it any good?
I think from memory, I read the first issue and it was all right, but it wasn't my kind of thing.
I think all those sort of modern comic remakes of the classics seem to be fairly disappointing from what I hear. You know, the nacelle stuff and stuff like that, or the Knuckleverse, whatever you call it.
The nacelle stuff's dreadful.
So yeah, I'd rather remember the good times, the good stuff. And then last, but certainly not least, Mr. Donatello first appeared in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 1 from Mirage in 1984. I loved a bit of the Turtles. I wish I knew more about them, and I wish I could also afford Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1 in any of the printings. But I picked Donnie because he will be the brains of my team. And he obviously excels in combat. So I thought I went for a little bit of an eclectic team, and I can't be blamed for ChatGPT picking this one.
I think that's a cracking team. Donatello, actually my favorite of the Turtles. I don't know why I've always been drawn towards Donatello rather than the others. But yeah, great team, Andy. Let's just, before we move on, let's jump to the comments.
Yep.
Pardon me. I think this is better than who's the toughest team. Just picking characters that we like. Do you know what I mean? And we enjoy reading, I think. Let's
Stop attacking me, Peter. Stop attacking me.
LN Studios, will there be a giveaway in the stream? No, there won't. Not tonight. Terry's going for Dead Man. Naturally, of course he is. Daredevil. Damage. That's an interesting character.
Good shout.
Yeah. And good old Dazzler. It's a nice one. James Keegan. God, it's concerning how close we are at times. Dr. Manhattan. Dormammu.
Literally, or...
Yeah, no. Well, we'll see in my picks. Darkseid and Dream of the Endless. Nice. Dum Dum Dugan, Deadman, Drax, and Daffy Duck. That's
Daffy Duck, good show.
Doctor Doom, Doomsday, Danny Rand, and Dum Dum Dugan.
I missed Doctor Doom. Oh, Schoolboy Edda, I love Doctor Doom.
Double D as well. You would have getting extra points.
Listen, I'm partial to them.
Yeah. Kev, Damien. Oh, I do like a bit of Damien Wayne. Who's your favourite Robin?
I don't like any of them.
God almighty. You've got to like...
No, because I'll tell you why, and it was reinforced by the book that we're about to review as well, with that last panel page, and I was just like, no, I'm out. I don't like any of them.
I like Dick Grayson, but I do like Damien Wayne. I like his arsiness, particularly in Grant
And he starts with D as well.
He does, exactly. So, Donna Troy.
Red breast.
Darth Plagueis. Very cool. Daredevil, Deadman, Doom, and Dracula. Oh yeah,
Dracula, good shout.
Yeah. Sure. Fuzzy is saying Vader, coolest designed villain ever. Yeah, just looks
100%.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've got the hot toy version of good old Darth Vader.
Of course you do, Peter.
I've been removing everything around and doing my head and shifting them in your parts. I hadn't even realised that his chest panel and stuff's got little LEDs in it. So if you plug them in and put batteries in, he lights up in various places and things
Nice.
blink. Didn't know that. Bat Dan. Oh, Andy. Call yourself a Dread fan?
I'm out.
Call yourself
See, this
a
is
Dread
what happens
fan?
when I don't use ChatGPT.
Yeah. Doc Manhattan, Dread, Death, Dark Side, yeah. Dread. I can't believe Andy has failed. Yeah. Dracula, I didn't even think of that. Yep, very cool.
When are we doing Jay?
Yeah. Dr. Doom, Doc Ock, Dr. Banner, and Dr. Connors. Nice. Isn't Vera in Star Trek? Oh,
Do you think Darth Vader's got the nicest helmet? And
he's got a very, very shiny helmet. I do like
comics?
his helmet. Yeah, it is a nice helmet. It is a nice helmet. Doc Fate, Dezak, is that Dark Side kind of lackey? Am I on the right person? Dezak.
I don't think I've ever heard of Dezak.
Am I on the right person, Chris? Is Dezak the guy in like the purpley red robe, who's like the master of torture and things like that? Let us know if I'm right there. I'm not sure. Damage and Dr. Druid. He's not a very well used character these days, but yeah. Hashtag Picard face palm. Dynamite making those dreadful. Dynamite's doing the Dark when Duck books.
Dunk, Duck, yeah.
Because you love a big red breast. I do love Tim Drake in certain stories, but Damien for the win. Yeah. RoboCop, hands down. Do like
the helmet.
RoboCop, yeah.
Nice helmet, yeah.
I like a bit of Rocketeer helmet, to be fair. I haven't got a proper Rocketeer helmet. I'd like one of them. I remember meeting David Prowse dressed up as Darth Vader in Harrods. Crikey. Would have gone for the Doctor. Didn't think of that either. Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
Get out, Bat Dan.
But the last 20 years of Doctor Pooh has killed the joy for me. Right, that's right, James. That's this ad. Thor villain feeds on God's powers. Ooh, I've forgotten about him. Yeah, interesting one. Okay, so my team, I've gone for characters that I just enjoy reading. So we're going for good old Dr. Manhattan. Look at those blue nips. From The Watchmen, obviously. Like a ridiculously overpowered character. We've read Watchmen recently. I just love his story arc.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of my favorite all-time books where it's talking through how he becomes Dr. Manhattan.
I think when we were reading that series, I think I messaged you and said it's one of the top 10 issues that I've read. It was fabulous.
It's just superb. And then literally seeing all of them on the movie Watchmen and seeing him kind of with his powers on show and stuff, just incredible. Love him.
Yeah.
The next one's a character that I have to admit I don't know massive amounts about, but I just find him so interesting. Are you familiar with Darwin at all? So this is Darwin from the X-Men, and I don't think he's really stuck around a lot. He was featured in one of the X-Men movies a while back, First Class, I think it was. But basically his mutant power, hence the name Darwin, is to evolve to whatever situation he's in. So if you knock him into water, his mutant power grows him gills. If he's in a fire, his mutant power turns him to stone, so he can't be burned.
So he adapts to whatever he's...
Yeah. But he seems to get killed a lot. So even though he's got this kind of ridiculous power set, he seems to die an awful lot, which is strange. Then we've got, as James predicted, one of my favorite characters recently, Dream of the Endless. Are you familiar with Sandman?
Yeah. I've not started to watch the TV series yet, but I do enjoy the comic. So
I've probably done it the wrong way around. I've got the absolute editions of Sandman, but I've not read them. I watched the show first, and I got a little bit obsessed with the show. It's only 2 seasons. It starts and ends properly. You get like a complete show. Yeah. And I just found it fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Did you run off and buy any first appearances?
I think this is sad. I think I've already got the first appearance, but I haven't rushed off to buy more. I went and got the nice, sexy absolute editions, which are like
nice.
Very nice. So yeah, I went for those instead. And then the last character is a bit of a joke sometimes around. but I've always, in fact, been fascinated by him and quite enjoyed him, which is Darkhawk. You familiar with Darkhawk?
Yeah, he's almost like the what was that? What was the comic where like the dinosaur that always gets like slated and it's all everybody has like a lot, you know, has a bit of a giggle about it's the first, you know, there was so many issues of it. What was it called? What's it called again? Starts with T. Starts with T. Anyway, move on. Yes, good character. But we'll come back to him.
I mean, I remember reading him when he first came out in the late 90s or whatever it was, and being really intrigued by him. And then they've done all kinds of stuff with him over the year, turned him into more of a cosmic character with the fraternity of raptors and things like that. I'm not sure what's happening with him in the Marvel universe at the moment, but I really liked him where there was like him and Nova and things like that, and it was the real cosmic side of things. So yeah, just an interesting character again. Just jumping to the chat, Fuzzy, big Tallywhacker too, massive big blue Tallywhacker. Chris, I may be quite a while. I'm enjoying a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
Wait, hold on. Pause. Real talk. Favorite Chinese meal?
Andy, man. Right. I like a bit of salt and pepper chicken. But me and my wife have got this. We've gone around pretty much every Chinese in the Northeast because at one point, at some point in my life, we went to a Chinese takeaway and we got chicken satay, but as a main course. And it was like, do you know how if you get satay, it's like peanutty? So the main course was just like that, peanut flavor. Every single place we've ever been to since, and we've ordered a main course chicken satay, it's never that. It's always hot. So we're always on the hunt for that particular dish.
Right.
Yeah, I do like the Chinese. I'm also partial to crispy duck. What about yourself?
I would be a chicken and mushroom fried rice and hot and sour soup to start.
Oh, I like a hot and sour soup as well. Yeah, let one on the chat. Favorite Chinese? Dick Tracy. Guys. Yeah, we should have had Dick Tracy in there as well. That's a good one. Turok.
That was the book I was going for.
The book you were on about.
Jesus, my brain imploded.
Yeah. Sorry. It's very difficult to try to listen to this heading down the M4. We'll not like scream just in case you get a jolt and go hurtling off the road.
Yeah, safe driving, please.
Safe driving, mate. Yeah, safe driving. Wayne, what is Peking duck spice bag? That's an Irish thing, isn't it? A spice bag.
That's a weird superhero team.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's our teams tonight. Some interesting ones there. But let's crack on with.
Wait a minute. What's the letter for? What's the letter for next week, guys? In the chat, are we just going alphabetical?
We've just been going alphabetical. Yeah, we've just been going alphabetical.
You're so
boring. E. Well, pick a letter. Go on, Andy. Now, do it. Do it. Pick a letter, Andy. Do it.
You know what? I think we should go for E.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
I don't eat Chinese. Portion to chicken and mushroom pot noodle.
You should get chicken and mushroom in the Chinese. It's tasty.
I'm not a pot noodle guy, I have to say. Crispy chili beef, fried rice, and satay sauce.
Yeah, real talk. Does anybody order boiled rice with a Chinese? I mean, why is that even a thing? I mean, come on.
No. It's wasted food, isn't it? No.
Waste of an order. That's what it is.
Whilst we're talking about food, can I just say you are looking mighty fine, Andy. You've lost a lot of weight. You're looking incredible, mate. I wish I could do the same. So yes, congratulations on your achievement.
Wow. Thank you. It's made me quite emotional. 4.5 stone, if anybody's wondering.
It's 4.5 stone. Bloody hell. I think I've put on 4.5 stone tonight after me Toby Carvery. Let's move on. Let's talk comic books. We are talking Daredevil Yellow. Fuzzy mentioned this one in the chat. Andy, some stunning covers there. Some great artwork. What were your thoughts on this? You can start off.
What about the artwork first and foremost? How did it make you feel?
How did it make us feel? It made me. I mean, I'm aware of this artist, obviously, because he's doing a lot of stuff. When I opened this book and saw some of the splash pages, it made me realize why the shit do I not have any of this stuff in my collection?
Mm,
So I
mhm,
immediately went to eBay to try and buy some original artwork. I
mhm.
saw the prices of the original artwork and immediately shut down the app because it's obscene, the prices. I absolutely loved this. I thought the art style was everything I want in a comic. I thought the splash pages were incredible. Yeah, I love Tim Sale's work. I think he's incredible. His Batman's
Abs-
great as well, but
a-
this looked amazing.
Absolutely. I think if there's no other reason for doing this show, which there is many, the one thing that I'll always appreciate it for is the fact that you get pushed into reading stuff that you would either not appreciate is as good, or it just opens up your whole comic reading experience, I guess. So Fuzzy, take a bow with this suggestion. I think Fuzzy already mentioned in the chat that this is effectively Matt Murdock's love letter to Khan. I think the inner monologue of the book that runs throughout it, if you had that just as like a piece of prose in a novel, I think it would have been absolutely sublime. But it's absolutely complemented by the artwork by Tim. It reminded me why I love Daredevil so much, and why I love the character, because it gave a little bit of a backstory. I thought that the stuff that was talking about his father was fantastic, and it's almost like it's a story that's framed by an underwhelming grief of him losing his dad the way he's did, but that hope that sort of is throughout it. The love of Khan, the love of Foggy Nelson, the joy that he finds of fighting, and sort of that excitement that it seems to bring him when he obviously makes up the yellow suit and then it evolves into the red suit as well. For me, the villains as well that were showcased on this. So you had like the Owl, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
The Matador, and the Purple Man, which I was familiar with. This for me is just up there with the book. I mean, I haven't read a huge amount of the classics, but this for me was right up there. It was absolutely 10 out of 10 for me.
So I absolutely agree. I thought this was phenomenal. Literally finished the first issue and then jumped straight to eBay thinking I need to get a nice hardcover of this. And I loved everything about it. I thought the artwork was just sublime. I thought the writing was amazing. It made us really kind of question stuff though. So in terms of the writing, first off, Jeff, do you pronounce it Loeb or Loeb? I'm
Loeb,
not sure.
yeah, that's how I pronounce it, yeah.
Jeff Loeb has done some great work, some great work. But in my mind, I've kind of forever linked him to that atrocious Ultimates series he did, which had incest in it. I mean, it had Wanda Maximoff and Piotr having relation. It was just weird, and because of that, I've forgotten how good his normal writing was. I thought this was perfectly written. There was bits of this where I was quite emotional. There's a scene in it where Foggy tells Matt that he's going to propose to Karen, and then Matt and Karen are having this like flirty kind of relationship.
And he walks out,
and he's standing behind them, and then you just see panel by panel disappearing, and it was just, oh my god, that's just heartbreaking,
And there was the beautiful thing about that was the panel work and the artwork didn't need any writing at that point, because it absolutely spoke volumes just with that page. And as you say, it had full of emotion without any writing or description.
Yeah. I tell you what it did make us do as well, because it was interesting when I was reading it. Issue 1 is very much the origin of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Now, if you're familiar with, I can't remember if it goes through it in as much detail in the TV series, but certainly the Ben Affleck movie. And this is how, I guess, pop culture and movies affect your memory of things. So I was reading that thinking, Daredevil, Matt Murdock wasn't at college with Foggy when his dad died. He was a young kid and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, which is what happens in the Affleck movie. So I went back and I've got a what do you call it? Do you know where they like reprint the old comics? I've got a copy of Daredevil 1. So I had to read through it. It's absolutely, this book almost panel for panel some of the story arcs in that. So
Right, okay.
the fighting with the fixer and all that kind of stuff. It's actually issue 1 in particular. I didn't go back and check the rest of the issues, but issue 1 in particular is incredibly close to the origin story, the first
Yeah.
issue of Daredevil, which I didn't really appreciate, I think, when I started reading it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what it is. It makes you go into a bit of a deep dive on the, like, because for me, I had a look at the villains and stuff like that, because it was the first time I'd been introduced settling to the owl and things like that. And it's almost like you realize that you've lived a bit of a comic reading sheltered life, because you sort of focus on the things that you know about and that you're comfortable with. And then when you read The Watchmen and you read these sorts of things, it just opens up your horizons. I thought one of the best scenes for me was whenever he was chasing the fixer, and he didn't really have to do anything to the fixer because the fixer's heart effectively gives out, and it was just his struggle. And like him starting it slowly by panel, you see that he's just losing the will, and then he just drops. And the way that he's standing with him, sort of thing, as if it's like it was almost like a boxer standing with his belts at the end of a fight. And I don't know if that was sort of like imagery that they were trying to sort of relate to his father whenever he was winning the belts.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. Yeah, and I'll tell you what else it made us realize as I went through it, how much I love the yellow and red costume.
Yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it?
But I love the.
Is there a hot toy of
it? From the She-Hulk film, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure, yeah. I loved the logic of it, that the yellow is actually the old kind of dressing gown that his dad used to wear.
Yeah, like his boxing
robe.
Robe.
The gloves were the boxing gloves. I liked that kind of connection to it. I can't sing this book's praises enough. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I blasted through all 6 issues. It was a very easy read, to be honest.
Absolutely. I went through the first 3 issues like that in one sitting, and if it wasn't for the Dead of Night, I would have just went through the whole lot of it. But it was almost one that I didn't want to rush either. At no point did I go, how many issues have I got this, or how many pages I've got to read. It was a joy, and I think that sweet spot of 6. I was thinking about this actually. Where's the sweet spot when it comes to the number of issues? And I think 5 and 6 issues is sort of where my brain allows me to stay focused and have my attention span. So yeah, 100%.
I'd love some original artwork.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I had a quick look, and you were looking at like over $1,000 for some of these sketch covers and things like that. But yeah, they weren't great. It was like very rough sketches,
I thought you were going to say like an original from this comic, and I was going to go 1,000. Grab that twice.
Because am I right in thinking Tim Sale passed away? Didn't he? Is he? Correct us in the chat if I'm wrong, guys. I don't know why, but I seem to think Tim Sale passed away. I'm not sure. But yeah, some of Jeff Loeb's best work, I think.
He did. 2022.
Yeah, I thought he had. Had.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So yeah, loved this. Loved everything about it. Cannot recommend this enough, guys. Please, if you've not read it, check it out. It's got us very keen to go back and check out the other volumes of this, because Tim and Jeff Loeb did also the Spider-Man Blue, Hulk Grey, Captain America White. And they're all similar stories, 6 issues, this kind of narrative. And as Fuzzy says, each one of them is in the same kind of storytelling way, which is like it's a love. It starts off as a letter to whoever the characters.
Oh yeah, I think we'll definitely need to put that on the sort of list of things to do. I would say to people, if they haven't watched either of the sort of TV shows, is read this first and then go jump into one of the TV shows, because you will have a much deeper relationship and understanding of Daredevil and of Foggy and Calm as well, I guess.
Absolutely. Loved it. Amazing writing, amazing artwork.
Well done, Fuzzy.
Highly recommended. Right, guys, we're going to come to your comments in a second, but in the chat, please, guys, what should we read next? Give us some suggestions. We're on a high at the moment. We've read some great books, some great classics. This was perfection. So give us some other ones to read. Like I say, around about 6 issues, if possible, 12 max. So please do stick that in the chat for me. Fuzzy is saying it's the only one I've read, but that was a few years back. I look forward to rereading when I find a copy. Spider-Man Blue is tremendous fuzzy. Okay, that might be one. I don't think I've read it. I was rereading this again. I've scripted each issue so that I can do a Dead Man Files in it in a while. I'll give this show a shout along with Fuzzy for a great shout out for this 24. God, can it be, Terry? 24 years old, this book. How old are we getting? This is wow. Well, I know, but I think of books like we're talking about Darkhawk there. That was just a few years back. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely not.
Listen, 1990 was what, 35 years ago?
Yeah. Silver Surfer Black. I've not read that either, but yeah, I've heard that's good. Yeah. Yellow covers are always the best. Absolutely. ABZ, nice to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Oh, we got Chris. Nice to see you, Chris. Hope you're well. Loeb and Sale are always quick reads and beg for rereads. Absolutely. Some of my favorite books behind us here are the Batman work that they did together. Absolutely stunning. Just a question for the chat. Sure. Unless you know, Andy, I've not read any of the. So Loeb and Sale did Long Halloween and then Haunted Halloween, and then I can't remember what the other one was. But I know there's a book out at the moment. So who's doing the art for that then? So I know Jeff Loeb's writing it. It's a continuation of that Batman kind of series, but I've not picked any of them up. But I don't know who's doing the art for it if Tim Blessham's not around. 12 issues, you always hit a couple of clunkers. Yeah, agree. Yeah, Chris and a few others are confirming that sadly Tim passed away. The Long Halloween is Tim's godfather of a book. Yeah, I love. It's one of my all-time favorites, Dan. Have you read that one, Andy?
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah, it's just again, just
I'd give it a reread, to be fair, like once we've run out of it.
From base this and the books we've got behind us here, I would give any of their, when they pair up, I think it's gold. Absolute gold.
Absolutely.
Dark Ages 1 to 6. Is that the Marvel one? And he's got a smiley face there, so I'm not quite sure if that's good or not. Do you know what? Andrew's mentioned this a few times, and I've not read manga. Do you fancy giving manga a go? Do you fancy Ghost in the Shell is regarded as one of
No.
Your choices are manga or Batman versus Digby from Fables, worth a read. John Wick Volume 1. Didn't even know there was a John Wick book.
I think Jock done a cover for one of the issues.
Okay. I've read Spider-Man Blue from one of those Marvel hardbacks you got shot off, Peter. That was good too. Akira. Yeah, I've never read Akira either.
Do you know who I would like to get a recommendation of a book from is off my shelves, because
he's got good taste. He's got good taste.
No disrespect, guys. I mean, I love all your, I love your enthusiasm, but
ABZ is saying Akira, but I hadn't appreciated it's 38 issues.
Oh,
I thought,
no, I'm out.
It was a trade framework, yeah.
I'm out.
Chris, off your shelves. If you're still in the chat, what do you recommend we read? If Chris doesn't give us something, we're going to go with Ghost in the Shell, because I think we should give that a go.
How many issues is Ghost in the Shell? Did we say?
I don't think it's many. Making that up. The Good Asian, not read that either.
That might be very good. Yeah.
You've upset Phil. You've upset Will. The pressure is on. It's all on your shoulders, Chris. All on your shoulders. Oh, he's going to say either, as Phil says, Usagi, or it's going to be some kind of Hellboy in it. It's 38 issues and prestige format, similar to Killing Joke format. Wow, didn't realize it was that big. Yeah, I ain't reading 38 issues for a fortnight's time. Right, whilst Chris is concocting a good book, let's move on.
Do you have a bad Chinese or?
I've read Harrow County, Chris, and I love it, but it's too big, thick volumes in it. I don't think Andy will read that. We need like a one-volume book.
Yeah,
Harrow
so like
Cullen Bunn, I think.
Max 12 issues, I think.
Yeah.
Please.
Am I thinking of the right one? Harrow County's Cullen Bunn, isn't it? But witches, very, very good. I've got 2 trade paperbacks to give away for that. It's fair because I've got 2 more for some reason. Don't know why I bought double of it. Yeah. Volume 1. Could do volume 1.
Sure.
Don't know how many issues that is, but we could do volume 1. And let's do that. We'll do Harrow County Volume 1, and we can give away that volume because I've got spares to give away. Sorrel's obsessed with reading Batman versus Bigby. We'll add it onto the list. Sorrel, keep pushing, Sorrel. We'll do it next week. Spec Deck. Oh, I've lost it. Spec Deck. So a couple of books for you to look at before we move on to our next reviews. I thought we'd have a quick look-see at the Lanterns show that is coming out not too long from now, starring Hal Jordan and John Stewart. You a Green Lantern fan?
I like the color green.
That's good. That is good. There's been a lot of Green Lanterns. Do you have a favorite Green Lantern? I mean, if you're not familiar with them, you're probably not.
I'd say like Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner, and you put the screen back on.
So you picked some good ones there. So yeah, I mean, I'm a big.
You're a big what? Finish that sentence,
no,
please, quick.
Chris, now you've read it, read Beasts of Burden, Volume 1. It'll satisfy your love of dogs, comics, and ooh, Beasts of Burden. Write that down, Andy. Who's that by, Chris? And we shall dig it out. Beasts of Burden.
I'll remember.
Beasts of Burden is locked in. We're going to do that. So lots and lots of excitement about this show coming out. I don't know if you heard much about it, but rather than focusing, I think, on the kind of the power set of the Green Lanterns, it's being very much sold as a crime thriller, which actually appeals to me. It's kind of two cops on the beat, as it were.
Oh, okay.
So I think that could be quite interesting. But a couple of keys you might want to look out for. Mega key to start off. We've got Showcase 22, first appearance of Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. Also a first appearance of his love interest, Carol Ferris. It's a pricey book. It's a pricey book. Not a one I've got. Actually, I've never asked Efren if he's got that in his collection. I don't think he collects many. DC books. But yeah, that's the big one. If you've got that kind of money to chuck at it, go for it.
So I have a question, Peter. Another one for you. So whenever you go and visit Efren in San Diego next year, all going well, does he have to declare you guys that you're visiting his house? For insurance purposes?
I don't know. I mean, we're filling our bags when we're there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see what he's got in his. He keeps saying he's got a garret or a shed. It's like, I bet it's like a hangar. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know, like, it wouldn't be what we call a shed. Like,
no, it'll be a bunker.
Yeah,
I would imagine, with like American flags on it and anti-tank weapons outside or something like that. Yeah. We've then got Green Lantern issue number 7 from all the way back in 1961. This is the first appearance of Sinestro, one of the main bad guys in the Green Lantern mythology. Great character. Again, I don't think that's a bad price, to be honest. If you're going to go for a low grade copy for a major villain, $340 is doable, isn't it?
Do you have a power ring, Peter?
I don't want to talk about my ring. I think that's none of your business.
Speaking of power rings, I lost my wedding ring today, and then found it. And you'll never guess where I found it.
Where did you find it?
In the recycle bin. I think that might be a metaphor.
Yeah, that is harsh. But when you lose, so when I lost weight, put it all back on. But when you lose weight, your rings slip off because your wing. I'm turning to Jonathan Ross. Your rings slip off because mine slipped off in the car, and yeah, there was hell to pay. Anyway, move on. Then we've got Guy Gardner, everybody's favorite Green Lantern. Recently appeared in the Superman movie played by Nathan Fillion. Superb performance. These are all characters that are rumored to appear in the TV show as well. But right. Guy Gardner, as we know, has appeared in the big screen movie. You can get a decent copy of that. So Batman's just saying he's looking to get a mid-grade 59 first Guy Gardner. Worth picking up. I had a copy of this a few years back, and I got it for like 50, 60 quid. So it's gone up in value since then. But again, relatively cheap for a major character. I keep getting surprised how cheap some of these
I love
are.
the cover, but can you explain to me what the little lamp's for? I don't know what that's for.
Sweet Jesus. Is
that like when he puts the power ring against the lamp type thing? And
In brightest day
Yeah.
and darkest night, no evil shall
Okay,
escape
cool.
my sight. So the power ring gets charged by the battery, and then when you go to Oa, which is the central planet of the Guardians, there's a big version of that called the central battery, which charges or did charge everything. I don't know if it's still the case, but yeah, that's what the Green Lanterns back then used to have to tap the ring against to charge the power rings up. But yeah, very, very cool. Great character, and you can get that good price, I think. I think that's a one that's worth picking up. We've then got Green Lantern. I've cut the title off that. Green Lantern Corps. This is the first appearance of Kilowog. Are you familiar with Kilowog?
No.
Kilowog was in the Green Lantern movie as well. He's an interesting character. He's a bit of a fan favorite. He's one of the trainers, so he teaches the new lanterns when they kind of get the rings and things like that. Big ugly alien, basically. I think if anybody's reading the current Green Lantern line, let us know, because he did get killed by Hal Jordan actually during the Emerald Twilight, but I'm sure he's been brought back now. So yeah, I think again that's a good one. It'd be really interesting to see if he does turn up, because like I say, they've really pushed that this is a true detective kind of show. Kilowog, if the stick with the kind of the design of him, is not going to fit like a true detective show. Do you know what I mean? He's very alien.
I'm realizing that I know absolutely nothing about Green Lantern. It feels very much like the Star Trek of DC comic book characters.
Yeah. So you see, I've realized that my knowledge base is all probably 10 years out of date. So I don't know what's happened in the last 10, 15 years in DC, but I know all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Kev's just saying that he's back, which is good. So moving on, two of my favorite lanterns. So we've got Green Lantern 87, which is from 1971 and is the first appearance of John Stewart. John Stewart is going to be one of the main characters in this Lanterns show. He's a fantastic Green Lantern. And again, another book well worth picking up that you can get for relatively reasonable prices, I think.
I've had this book. I've actually had both these books, but sold them a few years ago. So yeah.
So, yeah, beautiful cover work, beautiful artwork.
Yeah,
you know,
lovely.
So yeah, really like that one. And then we've got Green Lantern 50, which is the death of Sinestro. It's the first appearance of Parallax, which is the bad version of Hal Jordan. But more importantly, it's the first full appearance, I should say, of Kyle Rayner. Now, Kyle was kind of the Green Lantern that I read a lot about when I was younger. He was like the updated version. Became Ion, which was meant to be one of the most powerful Green Lanterns at one point, I think. But yeah, again, rumored to be in the show, so well worth checking out. And then two Green Lanterns that I am not familiar with really at all. So people in the chat might tell if these are decent or not. But we've got the kind of some of the more modern entries into the Green Lantern mythology. So Free Comic Book Day from 2012, we've got the introduction of Simon Baz, who I think, again, correct us if I'm wrong, is he the police officer? I can't remember. And then Justice League 31, which has got Jessica Cruz, who I know is a big popular character at the moment. So two relatively new Lanterns, so worth checking out. So there you go. Different price ranges for everybody there.
What would be the book that you would recommend? Sorry, I'll take away the word recommend, but if there was, out of all these books, what would be the one that would be top of the list to pick up from your perspective?
So it depends what I'm going for. In terms of my personal enjoyment of characters,
sure,
it's probably Green Lantern 50 because I love Kyle Rayner, but I've got that one actually. But actually, in terms of character, I quite enjoyed in Superman, and I think has got legs is going to be Guy Gardner. Okay. I think he's going to be a fan favorite going forward.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, some good books. Just before we crack on, let's see who is commenting in the chat. We have got, let's see. It's clear, Sorrel, they just don't like our taste in books. Who likes Sorrels? You read it, Beasts of Burden, Chris has mentioned. So yeah, we'll check that out. Batman, it's been rumored as True Detectives with Lanterns. You see, I think that sounds really cool, so I'm looking forward to that. Everyone's based in the White House. Looking to get a mid-grade 59. Yep. Which Beast of Burden? I can see 3 mini series is on eBay. Okay. Mr. JG, is Super Sorrow joining? No, not on this show, mate. He joins one with Tuesday night show.
Am I not enough?
We've
Am I
got,
not enough?
Andy.
Well,
Andy is more than enough. I lost my wedding ring once. I was on a stag in stag in Benidorm. Wife wasn't impressed, and I told her, of course. Found it in my shorts pocket when doing the laundry. I could have avoided that pain. I mean, the question
the worst
is,
of it was it wasn't even his shorts.
but the question is, why did you take it off and put it in your shorts, Phil? That's the question. That's probably.
And why did you have your shorts off, Phil?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bullfire, nice to say, but can't go wrong with Guy. Absolutely, absolutely. Did you see the Dick Grayson poster in the Clayface set leaks? No, I haven't seen that. No, not seen that.
No.
I saw there was a Batarang from the Patterson Batarang, but they're not sure if that was just a bit of a sneaky Mickey take or what. But yeah, love Kilowog. Yeah, me too. Really cool character. Stop, you make me want to spend money. Also, Ghost in the Shell is superb in any format, except American movies. Yeah. It's a drill sergeant. Oh, Kev's confirmed Kilowog's back. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Phil, you've opened yourself up here, mate. Everyone wants to know why you're taking your wedding ring off. Yeah, sorry, that's right. The Batman logo, it was the Patterson Batman logo on the set. Also, a Joker artwork set leak pretty much confirms Robert Patterson's Batman won't merge with the DCU. Yeah. Jeff Jones' run on jail has never been. I absolutely agree with that. His run is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I've got all the absolute editions of Jeff Jones's work behind us for the Green Lanterns. Love it. Absolutely love it.
That's some collection you have behind you there.
I like the absolutes. I do like the absolutes. I find them very, very
You
sexy.
love a chunky novel, don't
I
you?
love I like nothing better than a nice hard book in my hand. They all have subtitles. First one is animal rights. Okay. Struggling to get into Green Lantern other than the Far Sector series. JL is nonsense character. How dare you, Phil? He feels just angry because we've not gone with his, yeah. Chris, drop us a message on Instagram and just confirm exactly what book I need to be looking for, mate, if you don't mind, and then I'll let Andy know, and we'll go on from there. Phil, I do like Jessica Cruz, to be fair. Sorrow for the win. God Country, I've never read that. Is that the one with the guy with the big sword? I'm sure I saw some of God Country in. What was that other book? And I think he featured in it. Was it Crossover? Did you watch Crossover?
Remember Crossover? That's bringing back memories. Yeah.
I think he featured in that a couple of times. Flying Grayson's post that James is confirming. So will improve any stream as long as there's no quiz. The Joker artwork ripped straight from the comics. Geordie Gem Mint. Jesus is his interning.
He says, Jesus, this is turning into hard work. In fact, you know what, Chris, don't send a link. Just send us 2 copies each. That'll be a lot easier.
Don't come on this stream for a free ride, Chris. You've got to work for it, mate. You've got to work for it. God Country's bonkers, only 6 issues. Yeah, we might have to add that to the list as well. Anyway, let's see what else we've got. We have got the pull list. Still reading all 3 of these. Beneath the Trees, Exquisite Corpses, and Escape. Again, guys, recommending books. Out of those 3, Andy, if I was to recommend one book to people, it would be Escape. I thought that was phenomenal. What about yourself?
I would say Escape. Yeah, I think that's the issue that I'm most looking forward to. But Beneath the Trees is a close second. Exquisite Corpses is more out of a, I'm fear of missing something out if I don't read the next issue, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm wobbling a little bit with Exquisite Corpses, I have to say. I think the next couple of issues will be the decider for us.
Well, that's what I realised with us doing this sort of format, that there might be like weeks and shows where we have like 6 or 7 books if we build the pool list up to that, so we'll have a fair bit of reading, but that's what comics are for.
Absolutely. I want that long box merch. Actually, we could do own long boxes. You need to read Cul-de-sac. Yeah, I missed that one, Fuzzy. That is maybe the one that we're trying to pick up and read. It looks very good. It looks very good. Okay, chaps, moving on. Batman relaunch, Batman issue number 1 by Matt Fraction. shameless plug, go check out my channel. I opened 10 of these blind bags the other day, and got a fair few duplicates. But check that out. This, Andy, what did you think?
Man buys mystery bag duplicate shocker. Was that the name of the video?
Yeah.
What did I think? What did I think? Okay, so the first thing that annoyed me was the J. Scott Campbell cover has Batman's most of his face chopped off at the top, and most of his legs, or most of his feet and stuff. That annoyed me. Okay, a lot of conversation about this book, a lot of buzz about it, and the big thing that's in at the moment is the whole blind bag thing. Go check out Peter's video. So as far as I recall, this is like the fourth time that the Batman title has been sort of renumbered in the 80 odd years history. And in this book, the main thing for me I thought was excellent was the artwork. I really, really enjoyed the artwork. Batman gets this new sort of blue and grey suit or costume. And it all feels to me as if it's sort of trying to pull Batman, keeping the sort of nostalgia of his suit, his Batmobile and things like that, but sort of modernising them. And you did you notice throughout the book, whenever he was using like new tech, that it gave that little piece, and it gave you like, you know, hypersonic, he's going this speed, and you know, he's this velocity and all the rest of it. I thought there were nice touches, but just overall, it felt like we'd been there before. There was nothing new. I think the only thing that I really thought was a little bit different from all the other books that I'd read of Batman was whenever Killer Croc, the whole concept of him shedding his skin, I thought was quite quaint. I thought it was quite a nice little story, and if they'd have sort of focused on a deep dive of that and sort of made it quite emotional and things like that, but they kind of just, oh, he's shedding his skin, it's because he's trying to be a better Killer Croc, and then he goes into a zoo and eats all the animals, and you're like, where exactly is this going? I wasn't 100% sure. I wasn't convinced.
Yeah. So I have to be honest, I'm not a big Batman reader. I don't read the regular issues. Excuse me. I only ever really read when there's like an event or a mini series or something like that. So I'm not up to speed with current kind of storylines. So the first thing I would say is this confused the hell out of us. Why is like 90-year-old Commissioner Gordon work on the streets again as a beat cop? I was like, what's happened there?
I thought I'd missed something in previous, because I've not kept up to date with Batman, so maybe that is like
mentioned or something,
with the story. I'm not too sure.
I know Alfred's deed, but now he's a hologram or something with Batman. So that was why he was talking to him in the car and stuff. I don't know. What it did make us realize is when we read the Batman book last week, I loved Dick Grayson as Batman because he's Batman, but he's got that humanity about him. There were scenes in this early on where Batman, I felt, was just a dick, and he was like, I don't know. It was, I'm probably the wrong audience for this. It was all right. It didn't blow us away as a first issue. It didn't make us think, oh, I've got to read on with this. It was just kind of, yeah, okay.
I have to concur. I think what I look for when I'm finished a comic is a reason, like some sort of pull to make me want to read issue number 2. I think the only kind of a saving grace for this book for me was that it didn't sort of follow the whole, as far as I can remember, to be fair, because we read a lot over the last couple of weeks, was, you know, the fact that obviously Batman's parents' death, Matt Fraction didn't seem to sort of mention that, but it was kind of alluded to in the fact that it was less about how Batman's mum and dad passed away, and the whole story behind that was more about how he carries that sort of psychologically, and it almost felt like, you know, he was trying to get a little bit of a deeper meaning, but it just didn't hit with this first issue.
I think if you're already a Batman fan, this will be good. I don't want to sound like a grumpy old bastard. I don't want to moan about it. I do sometimes hate this move for all characters to be Iron Man. like with all the fancy gadgets. And at one point, he has electro gauntlets and stuff. And I know Batman's had stuff like that in the past, but it's like, oh, I loved the last book we read. You know, I had some slight issues with it, but I loved that because it was Batman was a detective.
Mm-hmm.
This is Batman's a superhero with all of his high-tech gadgets and his fighting abilities and stuff, you know. I prefer the detective element.
Does anybody care other than the Batmobile and the Batarang?
Well, yeah.
Like anything other than that is just kind of an add-on from a Batman perspective, if that makes sense. And I don't think, I mean, there was some really excellent pages, especially when it was kind of that, you know, generic moody Batman overlooking Gotham.
Yeah.
But then Gotham looked hyper modernized. It didn't have that, for me, that dirty, grimy feel.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned before when we're reviewing Batman, Gotham is its own character. And I don't think Gotham played a big enough character in this first issue.
Yeah. And again, it's probably because I'm not familiar with what's happening at the moment, but in my brain, Arkham Asylum is the old kind of broken down building. This was like a fancy tower complex. And it feels modern, which is fine. It's just not, you know, my version.
But it's been modernized for modern sake almost. Yeah. It's like it doesn't help the story. You know, I don't know.
So just before we come to the chat then, Andy, pull list. Are we leaving it on the pull list and giving it another issue or two, or are we binning it?
For me, I wouldn't be reading issue. I wouldn't be reading issue number 2. It didn't do enough for it to pull me in. Considering the other books that were picked for the pull list, I think they'd be doing them a bit of a disservice if we put this on it.
So I'm the exact same. I'm sure this will have an audience. I'm sure lots of people love Batman and will enjoy this. For me, I'd rather. We've talked a lot in the past, haven't we, about making sure you're picking books that you're really invested in and you're enjoying.
Yeah,
I would be reading this because we wouldn't need to read it for the show, if I'm being honest, and I don't really want to do that.
And that's the last thing you want to do. And I think that's where Exquisite Corpses might get in the next issue. If it doesn't absolutely take and blow us away, then for me, I think it might be one way they might need to drop, unfortunately, but we'll see.
Loads of comments again, guys. I'm just going to quickly go through them. Phil, I hope the blind bag nonsense doesn't become a common. Absolutely it is, Phil. I think this is here to stay, mate.
Yeah,
I'm afraid 100%. To say it's here to stay. Fuzzy, it's comical that the last run hasn't even finished yet. Yeah, that's bad. Looks just like Nightwing. Yep. Nothing new. Having missed Alfred, I was happy to see him back in a new form. The only mystery bags for comic books should be the ones from B&M for a £5. They had a chance to bring Alfred back with the Chip Zdarsky run on the other Earth, and they missed out. Yeah. I think Alfred is Batman's conscious, bad spelling. Gordon killed someone a while ago, so was going to retire, but decided to start again, I believe. Because that's what you want in Gotham. An 80-year-old cop wandering around with his waving gun. Not a patch on Batman Dark Patterns. Yeah, but that's really good. And Batman and Robin, we should probably read that at some point, Andy. I think that's a good one. The Batman book starting by Mike Perkins. It's just random because Batman before this is Hush. Yeah, and from what I'm hearing, let us know in the chat, guys. I'm hearing this new volume of Hush isn't going down so well. I don't think it's particularly good. Absolute Batman is also still really enjoyable. Yeah, I am enjoying that. That is very good. Very, very good. Caped Crusader from last year would generally be my top version of all time. 1940 Cold War Batman. I think, did we read the first issue of that? I think we might have read that. I think it's always easy to forget how many voices are involved in this titles like this. And as the saying goes, a camel is a horse designed by a committee. Sometimes camels are fine, though not that often. That is very true. Kev,
I'm going to take that with me to the grave. He's
a wise man. He's a wise man. Yeah, that Red Hood book that was cancelled. That's challenging. I've got to learn to drop comics. That's where me and Andy are trying to be much harder with that, mate. Really, really much harder. Turtles has a blind bag coming out. We're going to talk about another one at the end of the show. Stupid thing with Batman, the last 2 issues of the last series are late. So 160. So we've started the new series, but we haven't ended the other one. Gee gods. Hush 2, mince. There we go. Hush 2 is a cover grab. End of. Absolutely. Right. Listen. Bit of negativity. Let's claw this back with what I think is probably the first issue read of the year so far. I've talked about this briefly already, Andy, on my Tuesday show, so I'm interested in your thoughts to start with.
Sure.
Everything Dead and Dying. What do you think of this?
So, what did I think of this? So, first of all, the cover, the main cover on the right hand side there, I was less that drew me in straight away. Um, I, this felt a little bit like it didn't have as much buzz about it. It was a kind of a beneath the trees sort of
Yeah,
thing. You know, it's
I've
like
heard
nobody
nothing
really
about this. Nothing
heard
about it.
about it. And the beauty was is that it was kind of a like shared in my socials, and I know that Fuzzy had put it up and you'd mentioned about it and stuff like that. And we were originally going to read, I think, the Punisher
Punisher.
book, but I think
Yeah.
it's been delayed. So I went, do you know what? I'm going to give this a go. I trust these guys, your opinion. So let me dive into it. Wow. It was, I said, up there with maybe the book of the year, potentially.
Certainly for me, first issue of the year. It just absolutely drew me in from the first few panels. Loved it.
It was such a it felt such a familiar premise, you know, zombie apocalypse. You know, but you've got this farmer Jack Chandler, and you know, I didn't really understand what was going on in the first sort of couple of
Yeah,
pages.
I was going to say it. Yeah, at what point did you start to think, hang on a minute, this is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I was like, what's going on here? But I think there was the panel work in this was absolutely sublime. It was almost like it was a TV soap movie ready to happen. You know, when he's putting the spade into the ground, and it's even to as much as the lettering and the visualization of the letters. It just you can almost sense, you could hear it in your head when you were reading it. I thought this was great. That it had loads of emotional sort of depth. You know, it had that sort of horror atmosphere as well. It felt to me like a little bit like The Last of Us meets sort of The Walking Dead, obviously meets sort of Yellowstone. I got all those sorts of vibes from it. But as a story goes, as soon as I'd finished, I was like, "Who is this writer?
Yeah,
What
I was the
you
same.
know? What's going on here? That I need to find out more about this person." And it was interesting because the list of books that the person's done before was kind of a like, you know, that modern sort of vibe book about it, and no way would have thought that this person would have done this book. So for me, I would say it's close, and unless something miraculous comes out in the next few months, this is probably book of the year for me. I thought it was absolutely superb storytelling and really emotional, given what it was trying to explain. You know, the bits where they're sitting down and he's feeding, you know, the adopted or the surrogate kid that he has with his partner. I was just like, wow, that's totes emotion. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've not read this, guys, you can tell from what me and Andy are saying. Highly recommended. Please do check it out. Someone in the chat do us a quick check. I can't remember how many issues this is. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's like a 6-issue run or something. But have a little look see if I will let one know.
Five. It's five.
5, superb.
Yeah.
This is on my pull list, Andy. Hadn't it?
With it, I think we'd be absolutely mad not to. You know what? In the Killer Comic Show, I would always go a bit too far with regards to, you know, how I felt about books and stuff like that. And as I say, I love a book that makes me think afterwards. But this book for me resonated, the whole sort of fact that your man Jack's trying to protect rather than destroy, because the whole zombie apocalypse, you normally find that they're trying to kill all the zombies, but he's trying to protect them. So it's almost like a story of, you know, hope. And I guess, given the world that we live in at the minute, it's definitely something that everybody should read.
Absolutely. So I read this and then sat and kind of pondered and thought, and I went back and I've read it again because it was just, it's one of those books that I think you get something from every time you read it. The panel work is incredible. Fuzzy's just saying it's up there with issue 1 of Out of Alcatraz. Yeah, that was, I've missed the end of that, Fuzzy. I kind of dropped off that one.
That's went by me. Yeah, I need to go back and
I read the first, I want to say the first 3 maybe issues, 2 or 3 issues, yeah, but I missed it. Anyway, moving on, guys. So that's definitely on the pull list. Highly recommended you check that one out. Now, our good friend Simon Kredensky, who you may remember from Something Epic and Blood Commandment, is an incredible writer, artist, all-around guy, really. He does some phenomenal work, and he very kindly dropped us a line earlier in the week and shared the first issue of his new book, No Man's Land. This is coming out for general release next week. As ever with all of Simon's books, there's a whole multitude of variant covers. A lot of them are kind of homages to various movies and things like that, which are stunning. Got me little eyes on that blank there. I'd love to get a sketch by this chap because he's incredible. Artwork is phenomenal. Well, what
is this an exclusive, Peter?
This is a Rusty Stables exclusive. It certainly is. Certainly is. Yeah, and you know, hats off to Simon because he's a lovely, lovely guy, and he's always been very happy to drop a line and share his books before the release. So thank you so much for that, mate. But this book's slightly different, and I'm going to ask you a question at the end when we find out whether you liked it or not. This book's slightly different in that Something Epic is very much a kind of a sci-fi fantasy kind of book. He's done a lot of work on Sam and Twitch in the Spawn universe. He's done Blood Commandment, which is all about vampires. This is slightly different, and it's more of a spy / murder espionage kind of thing. It's a really interesting story about this little piece of land which bridges Alaska and Russia. And basically it's an ice cap, an ice bridge really, that's only formed for a few weeks every year or so. I immediately Googled this because I thought, is this real? What is this? And I don't think it actually happens as described in the book, but it is a theory of what happened and how people migrated across the world at some point. I don't know if you had a look at that or not.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a look. I just trusted Simon and went, do you know what? This is like going back to school. But what a cool premise with regards to
in essence,
the gap.
Yeah, so in essence, there's a dead body found in the center of this gap. Part of the gap is Russian land, part of it is United States, and it's a murder mystery. How do you get to investigate it without causing an international incident? World War III, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Fuzzy, you're absolutely right. The bridge, very similar like that. It's kind of a noir thing with this FBI agent. I was drawn straight into it because I love a bit of a crime drama, spy drama kind of thing. Artwork was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. Andy, what did you think of this, mate?
No, so I'm always nervous whenever we are given books, provided books, given, because you feel a little bit of an obligation. And I'm sure a lot of people will think, oh, do you know what? They're just going to be nice about this book because somebody sent it to them. I think Simon's made it really easy for us because this time around, because there is absolutely nothing bad I can say about this book. It's intriguing. The story is fantastic, and it's almost a little bit like a detective story with a fair amount of social commentary about the world, which uses the past to conjure up thought-provoking prose about what's happening in the world at the minute. And there was lots of little sound bites almost, it felt like, that you could take and almost live by to a certain extent, and almost made you reflect on yourself and the way your surroundings and things like that. There was a piece where, I don't know if you recall it, where he was talking about, and bear in mind I literally just read this after finishing work today, when he's talking about without, you almost need peace. You wouldn't have peace if it wasn't for the threat of war. And I just went, whoa, what is? Yeah, you're right when you think about that. And it's that piece of land where this body has been found, it is effectively no man's land because Russia doesn't own it and America doesn't own it. And the whole premise of this is that this FBI agent is about to retire. He wants to retire. Yeah. And he's told that you can't retire because we have this one last case that you have to go and do. And he's like, no, sorry, actually, I'm going to retire here. And he says, no, actually, if there's a threat to national security, it's in subsection 3 or paragraph 4 that you have to stay on. So I think there was 2 or 3 pages of discussion between him going back to basically tell his wife as he's packing up to go. And his wife basically just goes, you know, I've waited for years for you. You're not married to me. You're married to the job. And you're divorced. Literally next paragraph or next page, he's flying off to go and do this job. So he's obviously got that emotional burden and baggage as he's going to do this one last job, as it were. Artwork, like he's writing this, he's doing the artwork, and I think he does the lettering as well, if I'm right.
I think he does pretty much everything. I mean, he's a one-man powerhouse. He does,
Unbelievable.
He's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you mentioned there about the emotional impact. One of the things I would say with this chap's work is, when I think of something epic and I think of Blood Commandment, there's no denying, same as this book, it's wordy. There's a lot of text for you to read. But actually, I love that because it's all emotionally solid. And certainly in something epic and Blood Commandment, there was narrative and there was stories and there was conversations that truly had emotional impact for me, more so than your usual comic. And I think this is going to be exactly the same. So, sorry, Andy, you want to say?
No, I was going to say you're absolutely right. I think you've hit the nail on the head. Like some books are word heavy, and this has a lot of words, but I wouldn't say it was heavy. It's like really, it was almost like it needed more because they read so well. The articulation, he's such a good writer that you enjoy consuming what he's actually saying. You know.
Absolutely. Question for you then. I've purposefully not read on. Okay, I've purposely not read on in terms of the kind of the solicitations for future books. All of the stuff I've read of Simon's so far has been, as I said earlier, fantasy, horror, monsters, Spawn universe, all that kind of stuff. This is presented very much as a Cold War spy thing, Russia versus the United States, all that kind of stuff. We've got a body in the middle where the entrails have been removed. Is this going to be a straightforward spy, real kind of world thing? Or are we going to get some introduction to some kind of creature, monster? Do you know what I mean? Is it as straightforward as a spy thriller? Or are we going to get some kind of supernatural element to this, do you think?
I would imagine there's going to be some sort of supernatural element to it. You know, I think there's obviously an underlying meaning to all this. Like No Man's Land, you know, the FBI agent is effectively at the minute in No Man's Land, both where he is and his stage of life, because his wife just left him and divorced him. So he's literally in No Man's Land. So it'll be interesting to find out who the female is that's been killed. Why did he take does the monster or whatever it is take the insides and then put it to the side sort of thing? Is it some sort of metaphor? I don't know. You know, that's the intrigue of it, and that's why I'll definitely be reading issue number 2.
Fuzzy things, it'll definitely take a horror turn. Yeah, see, I think the fact that the body's posed the way it is, the insides have been taken out, we're going to get some kind of flip here. I don't mind if we don't. If this is just a straight over spy thing, happy with that. But yeah, I think there's going to be more to it, because
that ice cap thing apparently only happens out 3 months in the year. So is it some sort of monster that only actually appears 3 months of the year and feeds or whatever? I don't know.
See, that's what I like about comics. It's left us guessing and trying to work out what's going on, which is fab. Definitely on my pull list.
100%.
Yeah, this will be added. Please do pick this up next week, guys. Really recommend it. The artwork is beautiful. The covers are stunning. And a massive, massive thank you to Simon for sending with this advanced book. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, Market Watch. This is the bit where Andy gets us very jealous of things I've missed on eBay.
Yes. First up, this doesn't get any easier, by the way. This segment for me pulling it together and you guys watching it, I would imagine. But this is Smash number 17 from 1966, and it's the cover of Incredible Hulk issue number 1, and for 1966 book with that sort of Judge Dredd type paper, it's in phenomenally high grade. And I think that someone in one of the Facebook groups picked this up, because I've seen a copy of this, somebody showing it off. I think it was in the Squad Comics or one of the Facebook groups. So it'd be interesting to find out if that was the person that picked this up. But
I've never even seen this book. Never seen this.
And that's
before.
I'd never seen that. I've obviously seen the cover, but the cover with those colors, it's almost like it's a psychedelic rendition of Incredible Hulk #1. But yeah, I think this went for £1,500 or maybe slightly less. I'm not too sure if it went for a best offer, but I just thought something that old for that paper quality and that good grade. What do you think? Something you've seen before? Something you'd pick up?
No, I've never seen it before. So Fuzzy's asking, is it UK or US? It looks UK, is it?
That's UK. Yeah, it's Autumn's UK.
I've never heard. I mean, I collect, as you know, I collect a lot of old UK reprint comics, but I've never even heard of Smash.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah, it's an interesting one.
I don't think it'd be one I'll be picking up. You know, I'd certainly wouldn't be able to. I'd be picking up a few issues of Judge Dredd issue #2 for that sort of money. To be honest.
Terry's just saying in the chat here. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fantastic, terrific, pow, wham. So I'm familiar with all of those, Terry. I've just never seen or heard of Smash, to be honest. I've got a lot of fantastic. I'd pay 216 to burn the Ultimate Warrior. That's dreadful art. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, I wouldn't be paying £1.50 for Smash, I have to say, even though if it is the Hulk Ward reprint.
But you would. Next up, I went for a little bit of toy action. Vintage 1977 Toho Giant Godzilla toy. This is the US version. I want one of these. I've always wanted one of these. I think this is the one where his hand fires off, and it's very, very difficult to get this in good condition. The tail is always broken off at the back, and the wrist, or the hand, the fist that flies off is always missing all the time or damaged. And I think this one has like a fire, sort of almost like a fire tongue that sort of jumps out as well. You can see it actually in the bottom right hand side picture, really small one. So this went for just over 770 quid. And for me, if I had that sort of spare cash about, and I was at that time where I didn't need to buy anything else, this would be something that I would pick up. I think this is great. What do you think?
It's nice. I do. I love the look of it, I have to say. I don't have a reference point for whether that's good value or not. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I do love it. I do love it.
Do you have any vintage Godzilla in your collection?
I don't. No, I don't.
Would you like? Would you like me to buy it? Surprise! I bought it for you.
Oh, no, I do. Yeah, I do want some more Godzilla represented in my collection. Got the first issue and things like that. But yeah, I do like that. If he said Smash 17 is completely mental, hand fires off what? What is in his hand? No, his actual hand.
His actual fist flies out. Yeah.
You get $1,000 to smash Hulk. I'm in. I reckon I could make you one of them, Andy. There you go.
I'll take you up on that if you want to.
Yeah, it's nice.
So yes, next one was an interesting one. Assigned Warriors issue #1, signed by the Ultimate Warrior from good old WWF, or WWE is the modern it's called. 216 quid this sold for, but the interesting thing I noticed that it's from our good friends Hobgoblin's Hideaway Comics. So fair play to them. They made a good sale on this one. I loved the Ultimate Warrior when I was younger. I loved when he wrestled. This book, however, this cover divides me a little.
It's shit. It's shit. It's not division. It's shit. It's awful.
I mean, yeah.
Is that Rob Liefeld art? Who's the artist on that? It looks like Rob Liefeld. It
does have that sort of Liefeld-esque look about it. I mean, the neck and the muscles is like, it's pure. It feels 1990s-esque. And the signature on it, like it's you need to really look. He's either got something on his teeth or. But
is it signed by more than one person?
I don't think so. No, I think it's just. I think he's got like a mad squiggle and it goes away up his face.
Oh, and is that a WWF like gold mark or something?
Yeah, it's like a motif type thing on the cover. Yeah. 216 quid this went for, and fair fair play, whoever picked this up. It's something I would probably like in my collection, an Ultimate Warrior autograph, but I don't know if I'd pay that much for it.
What a shade. What a shade. I can't believe this book is still going for decent money.
Yeah. Avengers number 38. This is suggested to be a very fine 8.0. First appearance of the Black Knight. Now, I didn't show a picture of the back cover, but the back cover was in absolutely phenomenal condition. It was like crispy. And this had 54 bids, went for $294.99. What I'm noticing about eBay, and this might be a separate discussion that we have in another show, is obviously eBay Live is live in the UK, as it were now. Hobgoblin Hideaway is one of the sellers that are currently on it from the UK. I've noticed that a lot of the listings, when I look at them, have huge amounts of bids on them. And it's, most people put things up for buy it now these days, and there's very little bidding that goes on. But this one had 54 bids. But what I've noticed is any items that come up on live shows, the bids are through the roof. Okay. So it's really interesting that if you watch a Whatnot show, there's very little bidding when it comes to books that go up. But it seems that, I don't know if it's just because there's not a lot of UK sellers on it at the moment, but there's loads of bids that are happening. So I think people are doing really, really well with eBay Live at the minute from a seller perspective. Because some of the books that I've watched, I've sent you a couple of screenshots and stuff of them that they've just been beyond what I think fair market value is, in all honesty. But good luck to whoever wants to buy it.
I find it so strange that, and this is not knocking any sellers, because
absolutely not.
You sell your stuff as you can, but if you look at the value of comics in general terms, older stuff is going down in value. So it's depreciated quite a bit for some of this stuff, but then on Whatnot and on eBay Live, stuff seems to be selling for far higher than I would have anticipated.
I think vintage books, Silver Age books and the likes are undervalued, but also underappreciated. I think modern books are overappreciated almost, and it's all cover buys. And everybody wants to, somebody that buys 10 blind bags for hashtag content, those things, example, and get loads of duplicates to go in the giveaway box. But
see, you've obviously not watched my video, or else you would be giving us a bit of stick. You've not watched the video, have you?
I didn't realize you had a channel.
How dare you? How dare you? I've bought 10 Batman blind bags. The Mark Spears Monster and Moon or whatever one that's coming out in October. I've bought 100 of those buggers. 100 blind bags. What the shit am I going to do with 100 blind bags? So,
the only saving grace about the 100 Mark Spears ones is there's 70 books or 70 odd covers,
75 covers,
and he's threw in a lot of like specials and stuff. If you're interested in keeping up to date with Mark Spears books, he has a Discord channel, and that's where he releases all the latest and greatest books. I think I put with Slab Crusaders, I think I put an order of 10 in just to wet my whistle, as it were. And I felt, to be honest, a little bit of FOMO. It was another FOMO thing. It was like, oh well, Peter's got 100, so I need some.
Fuzzy, that's a cracking idea, mate. Every member will get a free book. I think that's a great idea. And you're right, the latest covers are abysmal.
How'd you become a member?
I don't know. You go onto my Facebook, my YouTube channel, and you click join as a member. Yeah. But
you are the worst salesperson in the world. I lined that up for you, and you fumbled.
Dan is saying, I'll be quite angry if the blind bags come up before the Kickstarter version. Yeah, absolutely. Spears, comics art, finance crash. I agree. Couldn't agree more, mate. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that Frankenstein for 50 pence. Wow. Okay. So send in a nude to become a member. That's right. All you have to do is send. No, gee gods, because people like Wayne.
Wow,
Deacon
you nearly said that.
Yeah, Wayne Deacon will. Yeah, please don't. Let's move on to Frankie.
What about the reverse though? If you send like a Mark Spears blind bag and you send a little
ginger, me.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. Disgusting. Sorry, we digress. Next up is a very rare vintage 1960s Mark's Mechanical Frankenstein wind-up tin. You will, you know.
My helmet's not been shiny for ages. The rules of this club seem to change all the time. sorry, Andy. Talk about Frankenstein's.
No, it's all right. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, Frankenstein toy. Nobody wants it. 50p. Move on.
And then we've got Incredible Hulk number 1, 3.0, first appearance of the Incredible Hulk from 62, going for nigh on 9 grand. Now,
I thought, sorry to interrupt you, because I may as well join the interrupting club.
Yeah.
But Fuzzy has said, and I thought he'd typed, I've got a couple of Polaroids of Andy. I'll send you one. I totally misread that. Or did he mistype it?
See what you've started. AI for the nudes. There's no rules for Ginger Club. Rain prays for farts on cover slingers, so never dare, but you'll regret it. Incoming Peter, don't panic. My monster will be protected by a special mug. Jesus
Oh, God.
Christ.
Oh.
I think this is a damn good deal. I think
love the way you just went on a tangent back to the book.
Yeah. Because these people are insane. They will send us nude
Are
pictures.
you blushing, Peter? You're going like a special colour of orange.
I've seen what's coming through on my phone.
Is that why you keep zooming all the time?
I do. Yeah, I do. What do you think of this? What do you think of this comic?
Honestly, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I've given up. Let's move on to the next segment. Quick. Incredible Hulk number 1 went for a lot of money. Job done.
Yeah.
Are you actually getting pictures?
Yeah, I think so. Right, what's this? Oh, more mystery bags, Andy. More mystery bags.
But this is a Vampirella mystery bag, Peter. I thought I would show. I actually had this to showcase, but we put it on the substitutes list. And we might do it again. So at the point when I created this slide, I think we were at like 30. Oh, I'm getting messages as well. I'm not looking. No way. It was at like 30 grand or something like that. It's due to finish tonight, I believe. And I think it was like 46 grand, $46,000 it went up to. So this is a Vampirella mystery blind bag. The blind bags start at $100.
Yeah.
And there's an option for an original art blind bag at $150. So in these, you get one Vampirella high-end book, which can be a metal or a holofoil, whatever a holofoil is, one uncirculated archival issue of a book, never been available elsewhere. You get a special Vampirella buyback book, a special buyback issue stamped and signed by publisher Nick Barucci.
What's a buyback book?
I'm assuming that you can then sell it back to the company. I don't know. And then you got a blank sketch cover, and some of them will have sketches by Ken Hauser, I think you pronounce that. You get some limited edition promo cards, and then you get a Vampirella issue number 1 ash can with a mix of the man himself, Mark Spears, and Lucio Aparicio covers. Super rare and hard to find. So, Peter, is this something that you've ordered?
No, because as people are saying, it's Vampirella. I don't have any great pull towards Vampirella, to be perfectly honest. That said, I think if you're going for this, I would be paying, is it $50 extra to get a guaranteed sketch? Is that what that's saying?
I think so.
I'd be paying the extra $50 because I mean some of those sketches, to be fair, look really good.
Absolutely.
Really good.
I think if you're going to get, and they've also, I forgot to mention that they've obviously hit one of their stretch goals. I think they might have hit another one since I made this slide. But you get all the blind bags will include a second Vampirella promo trading card. So for me, I would go for the original art blind bag because I think if that's guaranteed, then why wouldn't you at the end of the day?
Is that what? Yeah, I knew it as soon as I said it, Chris. I knew someone would pick us up on it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think these blind bags are just going to be everywhere for a while. The nice thing about this, I guess, is if you are a Vampirella fan, there is a guarantee of some original artwork there if you're willing to pay for it, which is nice. But it's just not a character I would rush to. I don't think I've ever read a Vampirella comic. Have you?
I don't think I've read a Vampirella cover. I've got plenty of Vampirella books from artists that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a Vampirella issue #1 in my collection.
Pricey book. I looked at it a while ago. It's a pricey book.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think for me, this has just got such a high. I mean, if we're talking like a couple, £2 or £3 for the Mark Spears stuff, it's like, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You're getting a comic at the end of the day for that, and it's a little bit of a mystery to what you get. But the massive buy-in for this, I can only imagine what the price of these are going to go for in the aftermarket. These are crazy prices. But I just thought it would be interesting. I just thought, I don't know how many people go on to Kickstarter to have a little look, but this was something that caught my eye, and it's due to finish tonight if anybody is interested. So,
will it be available in Asda? I'm not so sure. Not so sure. They still haven't done anything to stop the damage caused. Are you talking, Fuzzy, about the fact that retailers sell them before they're due to be released? Is that what you mean? But also, just in terms of damage, it's fair to say as well, a lot of these things just come in the polybags, so they're not boarded. So there's a lot of spine ticks and damage to them in the first place. Looks like exclusive they got stuck holding. Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. Yeah, be interesting. I wouldn't mind reading some Vampire at some point just to see what it's all about, to be honest.
Absolutely.
IG Creator Showcase. Tell us a little bit about this, mate.
Yeah, before I jump into this, it's worth mentioning that we showcased sort of Kevin's Kickstarter in the last show. And I'm glad to say that it met or it went well above its target. So I went for the book plus his first book and the sketch. So I was delighted with that. So really looking forward to that, and congratulations to Kevin from everybody here and in the chat.
What sketch did you ask him for?
Judge Dredd on his bike. So,
yeah, I asked him for. I always ask. I think I asked him for a Thor. Yeah, I asked him for a Thor probably again.
Yeah.
Oh no, so, better rebuild. I think I asked him for.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So congratulations to Kevin on a successful Kickstarter. Yes, IG Creator. I've mentioned this on my Instagram. This is an artist that I really like. It's I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. It's Nogi-san. I discovered Nogi's stuff through the stuff that she used to do for Imperial Armani. So that's where she would have known for her artwork before. And then she brought out the Rivals book on the top left-hand side,
it's nice.
Which I just love the artwork. I actually asked Ed Vick when he was at London Comic Con the last time to pick up a specific book of hers, but unfortunately she didn't have it. But these are just a sort of sample of some of the books. So that one, the top left-hand side, was her first work for Marvel. And then you've got in the bottom left-hand side, and then the two on the right are books that have come out, and I think the top right-hand side is about to come out. I just love the style. I just think that sort of art style is just, the colours are really popping, and it's got that kind of an anime look about it to a certain extent. I'm all in. I just wanted to let everybody know about this artist and go and check some of her stuff out. I think it's great. Yeah,
I mean, I have to say I'm drawn particularly to that Wolverine book at the bottom. I don't know what it is about it. It just looks really interesting. Really interesting. I'm loving it. Dan saying him and Ed met her. Great artist, and she didn't come very well prepared. Okay.
In what sense? Just didn't have the stuff with her, or? That's interesting, because I know obviously she's coming all the way from America. I know in her last American show on Instagram, she was saying that she sold out literally within a few hours, so she had to go straight to the printers to get more. So yeah, I think she's doing really well for herself. So it might be worth picking up these books now, because I think this will definitely be an artist that will blow up in time.
I have to get myself to a big London con, Andy. I have to get myself down to one of these decent cons down there.
Let's go to the next one.
When's that?
I don't know. I think when's the next London Comic Con, lads?
I've got a couple of things coming up end of this year, but yeah, we can have a look. 20 odd people watching. Thank you so much, everybody. Please do hit that like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Pickups, Andy. Pickups. Have you got anything to show off?
Pickups. I have. I've got some lovely Bernie
Ooh,
beauty
look at
artwork.
that.
So
Look at that.
I'm trying to complete my Swamp Thing run, and I've got quite a long way to go, especially with like the first 15 or 20. So this is issue number 9,
Nice.
and this is in fairly decent nick. Great cover. Got another, well, I scratched 2 itches with this one. So
Okay.
I've got my Brian Boland love,
Nice.
and I've got my Judge Dredd. So this is Comics Interview, issue number 19. I'd highly recommend having a look up for Comics Interview stuff, because a lot of the covers and a lot of the interior works are like the first by major artists and this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, good book to pick up. It's interesting. The top left hand side, Judge Dredd versus Batman. You can help it happen. British superstar artist Brian Boland spills the big secret. So I'm not entirely sure what the big secret is, but we will find it. I think you'll like this one. You probably got this, in fairness.
Yeah, I got that one. Love that cover. Love
So
it.
class. The interiors to this are just pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. This is from Marvel UK. It's the Incredible Hulk Summer Special. And I just loved it. It just brought back so many memories of watching the TV show and stuff like that with my dad.
Yeah, I love that cover.
Yeah. And last and certainly not least, I was able to purchase a book that I was looking for, and it actually came about because of this very show, and it's from our very own ABZ Comics. And it's fair to say that ABZ has a vast collection and doesn't let go of a lot of his books.
Right.
I think he finds it difficult and challenging to let go of some books. But I was lucky enough to pick this book up. I had previously had this book in a lot lower condition and had let go of it. And it was one of those very few books that I'd sort of, I was a bit sad about losing. So you may have recalled that he mentioned that he had a couple of copies of this book.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
DC Comics presents issue number 47, Superman and the Masters of the Universe. And it is in really, really good condition. So
nice. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to pick this up from ABZ. So thank you so much, ABZ, for allowing me to pick this up. And this is going to be well respected in my PC. I won't be letting this go again, I promise.
Very nice. Very nice. I've got a few pickups. Just going to rattle through them quickly because I've got a lot of stuff. I'm still going down the same rabbit hole as I went down a little while ago with these old annuals.
I love it. I've got that one. It's great.
Can't find a date on this one. Couldn't see a date.
I think they only brought out 2 annuals. I think it was 87, I think, maybe.
Got that one. That's another one.
You're going to bring out like 5 annuals and prove me wrong. I think it was only... Yeah, I knew you were going to...
So I've got 3 there. I think I've got some behind us as well. This is from 86. But just, I love the artwork.
Yeah.
Just
how's it smell? I ask you all the
lovely.
time. How's that one smell?
musty, but nice. But yeah, another classic album. This one was pricey. This is probably the most I've spent on an annual. And it's not an amazing shape, but very hard to get a hold of. This is Visionaries annual. This was 25 quid. But yeah, just absolutely stunning. It's a really hard one to get hold of.
Oh,
look at that
instantly. Oh, and it's not even got the cutouts to the bottom right hand side.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for that? Sorry,
25, I think it was. Yeah, which is the most pricey I've spent on one of these albums. But I had a good look, and this goes for good money. It's decent, Nick. It's got a ding to the cover here. But yeah, it's all right.
Oh, I need to get that. It's on the list now, Peter. Thanks.
Bit of Brave Star.
Brave Star.
Boom, boom, boom. Mask. Oh shit. Got a Mask.
Nice.
A Mask annual as well. I then managed to find this. This is Brave Star, the first comic book, UK comic book. Brave Star special number 1. So I really like that. And then I got this. Now I'm interested to know if you've got a copy of this, because if you haven't, this is for you. Because I've got 2 copies now. This is Visionaries number 1 with the hologram attached on the cover.
I do not have it with the hologram. I think I have the Visionaries, but not with the hologram.
So if you want this, you can have it. So this is Visionaries issue number 1 with that stunning little hologram on the cover. Really hard comic to get with the hologram still attached.
Do you know how challenging it is to get it with that hologram?
Yeah, I've got 2, so yeah. But yeah, it's very nice.
Because you
It
bought them all.
very
That's why it's
nice.
challenging.
So there you
Thank
go.
you, Peter.
So there you go. Some nice books there. Oh, but
Is
yeah,
there like a checklist for all those annuals? Because how do you keep?
so I don't. So this is my problem. It's the same as my He-Man figures now. I buy them when I see them, and then there's twice now I've come back and I've got a copy
Dupes.
already. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm having to try and take photos when I go to cons, because with these, I try again to pick them up at toy cons and things like that.
So interestingly, see my Instagram, perpetual.comics, for anybody that wants to go and follow me. The top 3 Instagrams are pinned, and it's the top shelf on my right hand side here in my Kallaxes, and it's all the Judge Dredd annuals.
Yeah.
So I just have to look up my Instagram to see which ones I have.
Yeah, no, they're nice. They are nice. I've just become a bit obsessed with them. I really have.
And you know what, mate? We were talking about that before we went live, about obviously you're digging through stuff that are in boxes and that you don't really look at or appreciate. You could sell to go and buy loads of annuals and scratch that itch,
Yeah. Okie dokie, chaps. That's what we've come to the end. We're nearly on 2 hours, Andy. Nearly 2 hours.
That's what we do.
We've had 20 odd people watching, which is incredible.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please make sure you come back in 2 weeks' time for another episode where we're going to be reading the book that Chris is. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, we'll find out. We're going to be reading the book that Chris is recommended. And whatever's on our pull list for that time. I think we should probably go back and try and read that cul-de-sac that Fuzzy was mentioning as well. 2 issues in of that. Let's give that a go if we can. I've got a feeling, Fuzzy, is that not a sequel to that Monsters book I really liked? Can't remember what it was called. Anyway, my brain's gone blank. Yeah, we'll check that out. Love your work, lads. Thanks for your time. No, thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you for joining with me. We do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on. We do really, honestly appreciate you spending time watching us prattle on. It means a lot. So thank you for that. But for now, we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Bye.
The curtains close. It's time to go. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Check out my channel for more geeky fun and hit like and subscribe before you run. All that remains is our thanks to you from Triple G and his YouTube crew. We really do hope you come on back, but for now, that's your whack. Yeah, that's your whack.